Good morning. Some of us have received blessings this week that we know not from where they came. We come in a spirit of gratitude. Some of us have arrived here with a sense of wholeness, having moved forward on our unique path. This morning we come in celebration. Some of us have hurt our loved ones this week and were unable to find the words for apologies. We come seeking not only words, but a spirit of humbleness and perhaps of confession. Some of us have arrived at the end of our week looking back to find that we were just going through the motions. Now is our moment to finally be present with ourselves and our intentions. Since we last gathered, some of us have heard the cries of those in need and turned away, choosing not to listen or to act. We gather that we might forgive ourselves and renew our commitment to the person we want to be. Some of us this week have questioned our faith in God or in each other or in ourselves. We come seeking a renewal of trust and conviction. Let us gather to rest a while and find the renewal we seek. Let us gather with the hope that a gentle word or beckoning melody might lessen the burdens we carry. Let us gather in the hope of a new insight or a new way around very old blockades. Some of us arrived this morning aware that we have put the false security of possessions or comfort ahead of the work of our souls. Let us gather together in worship that we might align our spirits once again in covenantal community and with our own vision of our divine nature. Please rise in body or spirit for our first hymn, number 38. The Guest House. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture, still treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond.
Good morning. Here's a question. What does the word home mean to you? I've gathered the following responses from various sites around the internet. Home is a place of total acceptance, a place to refuel, a place where there's no judgment or fear, a place where you can create, a place of unconditional love, a place where you feel welcomed, connected, respected, and treasured. Home is a safe haven away from the drama and noise of the world, a place where you never feel lonely. Home is the place where you can let your emotions show. It's like a greenhouse for humans. Everyone grows where there is nourishment, protection, and loving care. Home is a place of predictability in an uncertain world. Home is being around people who drive you absolutely crazy one moment and make you feel like $1 million the next. It's a place where no matter how hard times get, someone is there for you. Home is a place that evokes a sigh of relief when you walk through the door. It's a place where you are treated with dignity and respect, and where you feel safe and deserving, even on your worst days. Home is where your friends ask if you're okay. It's a soft place to land. Home is where the rags of your life are turned into quilts, lemons become lemonade, and a few extra pounds are simply welcomed as more of you to love. Home is a place where you don't have to be perfect. Home is family. Home is love. Home is the place where you must begin to get things right if you hope to change the world. What does home mean to you?
Hi, I'm Jane Lee, and I'm a member of the worship committee. Kathleen and Henry and I will be sharing the sermon this morning. In the middle of August, our busiest time of year, we come together every Sunday in this room. Many of you are among our beloved visitors, and we welcome you. The worship committee thought that this would be an ideal time to tell our visitors and to remind us year-rounders what it means to have this place as our home. To many, the Lower Cape is a getaway destination, a summer paradise where all is forgiven. Recently, while having an iced coffee over at Joe's, I overheard a woman who was a first-time visitor ask another obviously seasoned tourist what there is to do in this town. He replied with a lazy shrug, "Drink and shop." Now, to those of us who live here, this is what we witness on a large scale. Our everyday living is replaced by no holds barred. Now, there's a certain freedom in that, a certain wonder. And we do see that, we really do. But for us, it is also a time where much of our community is scattered, working overtime, working on Sundays. We tend to long for the closeness and familiarity that we share during the off-season. Now, don't misunderstand me. We look forward to our visitors. It's an antidote to our off-season quiet, where even finding an open restaurant can be a challenge. But we really do miss each other right about now. Our home is not the crowds and the shows and the sideshows and the endless parties. Our home is here, where we come together for spiritual sustenance, for community, for friendship, and for love. We come together in quiet respect for each other, for respite. Our home can be felt here in this room on most Sundays. Here is our home, our refuge. Excuse me. In her book, Move On, Adventures in the Real World, Linda Ellerby said, "In the coldest February, as in every other month, in every other year, the best thing to hold on to in this world is each other." And that is what we do here. We hold on to each other. We worship together, we take care of each other, we visit the sick, feed the hungry, and laugh at each other's jokes. We are funny and sad and all the things that fall between. We work together, and yes, sometimes we struggle against each other to make this meeting house work. But we work hard at it. There's an awful lot that goes on behind the scenes here. We have a board of directors who does more work than most of us members would ever realize. We have a minister who basically works 24/7 to maintain the sanctity of our home, and we have a committee to support her. We have an administrator who handles all things big and small, and you would not believe some of the things she is asked to handle. We have a sexton who keeps our physical plant up and running, and he does it with great love for this historic building. We have a bookkeeper. We have committees that pull together membership, finances, events, social action, bingo, buildings and grounds, and even the worship service. There's a nominating committee and a pastoral care team. We have individuals who, without prompting, just roll up their sleeves and make themselves available for anything from ushering to washing dishes. We even have a ladies of the church group who disperse funds to needy families according to the terms of a trust established in the 1840s. There's a fairly well-oiled machine that brings us here every Sunday and in between, and we do it together as a community. We do it together for friends and for strangers, for the visitors and for the settled. We do it together for ourselves and for other institutions in and around the town. We do it together because we love this place. We do it together because we love each other, for better and for worse. Here is our home.
Home. Referring to childhood's home, Robert Frost said, "Home is the place where when you have to go there, they have to take you in." When we hear that, we smile and shake our heads in rueful recognition of its truth. We chuckle because there are little barbs in that quote. There's an implication that no one else would take us in, and also that we are really only going back there because we have to, for we don't have anywhere else to turn. We stammer at the realization that while the ones at home might take us in, it will be out of obligation, not necessarily out of love for us or acceptance of who we are or forgiveness of what we have done. Ah, yes, we shake our heads. We know there is some truth in all of that. You can't go home again. Thomas Wolfe wrote a famous book with that title. Most of us would nod in recognition of that phrase. There's a sadness to it. It brings up the power of loss, which is embedded in reminiscence. The mysterious losses which growing up and growing old necessarily create. In the phrase, "you can't go home again," is the truth that we change with every passing day. And since all things change, there is no home we once knew that we can cling to. We leave that home of childhood and we set off. For each one of us, no matter how happy or how troubled our childhoods were, the home we knew no longer exists. We cannot return to it because it has changed and we are changed. The home that exists as truly ours is the one we continually make, the one that grows up and grows old with us and within us. Home may be something that we are actually hardwired to desire and therefore to create. The benefits, the blessings of a home for all who share it are obvious. What we want a home to be is where we find and give nurture and sustenance, caring and love, attention and education, encouragement, inspiration, joy. The popular and often sentimental poet of the 19th century, Henry Van Dyke, wrote, I read within a poet's book a word that starred the page. Stone walls do not a prison make, nor iron bars a cage. Yes, that is true, and something more you'll find where'er you roam, that marble floors and gilded walls can never make a home. But every house where love abides and friendship is a guest is surely home, and home, sweet home, for there the heart can rest. A home should be built on love, as Leonard Bernstein wrote in his beautiful song, My House, for a musical of Peter Pan. Build my house of truth, and paint my house with trusting, and warm it with the warmth of your heart. Make its floor of faith, make its walls of truth, put a roof of peace above, only make this house of love. This house, this meeting house, is a treasured space, a special building held dear for good reason by this membership, and also by the Outer Cape community, and even by the nation itself. It is old, revered, unique. We honor and care for its ancient wood and organ, its trompe l'oeil, and its chandelier, and bell and steeple, and lawn. We love this house for its beauty and its history. We hold this house to be important because it shelters a home, which is its very soul. And we are that soul, that home. We are continually homemaking here in this meeting house. We are the safe embrace for each other and for the visitor. We are the familiar for each other and the welcome for the stranger. We are the safety of forgiveness and patience. We are the harbor that greets the one who returns with joy and sends forth the one who seeks with hope. We are nurturer, teacher, encourager. We feed each other and the one who comes through the door hungry. We are the soul of this meeting house. We are the home. As the bell rings and the organ pipes and the mahogany that served as ballast for the ships of a century ago offers us ballast as we sit here together, pew by pew, let us hold as sacred this soul that we are, this home that we are, in this place for each other.